Cage fight any animal for the payout of $10,000 per pound. You will be paid $10,000 per pound of your opponent if you win. The animal will be its average weight unless you specify a certain weight. Must be within reasonable limits for whatever animal, for example, no 100 pounds rabbits. You can't select the body composition of your opponent, so if you pick a 400-pound human, that person may be very tall and muscle-bound rather than obese. Must pick a vertebrate animal. The fight setting will be made relatively fair, so if you pick a fish, it will be a mixed water/land environment. Your opponent will survive the cage environment. For instance, deep-sea fish won't die from pressure change. No time for the training. This happens immediately in your current state. No weapons allowed. You will be naked. The animal you fight will be in an aggressive state and will attack you when the fight starts. The fight ends when one contestant is incapacitated or at 10 minutes. If the fight reaches 10 minutes, it will be judged by a panel of 3 competent and unbiased MMA judges. The animal will be cloned, so no concerns about picking an endangered species or something. What animal do you pick and why? You receive $100 million, but only if you can hide something without 100 people finding it within 24 hours. The item you have to hide would be a blue ping pong ball with a signature on it, which cannot be forged. You can hide it anywhere as long as it's within a 1-mile radius from your place of residence and it is hidden in a public place. 100 detectives are assigned the task to find the specific ball within 24 hours. If they fail, you get $100 million. If they do find this ball, however, you will die instantly. Keep in mind, this hypothetical is non-negotiable, meaning you have to accept it, which begs the question, what will you do to ensure you get the $100 million? Follow for more fun. What would you do? Questions and DM me your own hypothetical to possibly get featured in a future video. Would you take the offer? Let's say that you can get $100,000 for free every year. But there is a catch. At a random time in every month, you will become fully naked for exactly 1 second. By randomly, I mean you cannot predict this in any way at all. After the second elapses, you will be fully clothed again. Could be when you're sleeping, giving a presentation at work, walking down the street, etc. Let me know down in the comments below and follow for more. Only 2.5% of y'all are followed. Please follow. What OG game would you revive? Let's say that you are offered the chance to bring back any old game that died. As soon as you pick it, everyone who once had a love for the game will have the urge to play it again. This means that if you pick a game that was very mainstream, it will be revived once again and have a very large and active player base. While if you pick a game that was less popular and more niche, it will be revived and have an active player base of a similar size to its original. Another thing is that the duration of how long it will be alive for will be proportional to the game's lifespan before it died. So if the game was popular for 10 years, it will be popular for 10 years again. But if you pick a game that was only popular for a few months, it will only be popular for a few months again. Comment down below what you would pick and why, and consider clicking that follow button. I post interesting hypotheticals daily. How long would you stay in your house for $100 million? You and one randomly selected human on Earth are entered into a contest, where whoever stays inside their home or primary place of residence longest will win 100 million USD. You have 24 hours to return to your home, at which point the contest begins. The catch is that the contest doesn't end until the second competitor leaves their home, at which point they will be informed that they are the winner and given the cash. You have no knowledge of your competitor, where they live, their age, or most importantly, whether they've already left the house. They were given the exact same info and conditions as you. If you leave the house first, you'll simply be informed that you lost the contest. How long would you stay inside? You have a room that stops time as long as you're inside it. You are the only one who has access to this room, and you cannot share it with anyone. You can teleport to this room at any time you'd like. As soon as you enter the room, the entire universe outside freezes. You also stop aging while inside, though you can move around freely within the room. You can spend as much time as you wish inside, and leave or return whenever you want. You can bring inanimate objects inside with you and use them. The room is 20 feet by 20 feet, and there are no windows. Obviously, there is no internet access inside the room, and no electricity. All materials you bring into the room, including batteries, will deteriorate at the normal rate. As soon as you exit the room, everything resumes from the moment before you entered, including your normal aging process. No one knows they were frozen. Any objects you brought into the room can be taken out, including objects you made while inside. How do you optimize your life with access to this room? What would you do during 10 years of absolute solitude? One day while you were out on a walk, you blinked, and all of a sudden, everyone in the area disappeared, and all of the sounds of cars and people talking just stopped. As you look around and try to investigate, a voice in your head tells you what's going on. You are the only life on Earth for the next 10 years. This includes animals, other humans, etc. Food and drinks in stores will also not expire. Electricity will still work, and buildings won't decay. If you die during these 10 years, you will be teleported back to the very start of the 10 years. So you can't escape the solitude through death. You will not age, and once the 10 years are up, you will automatically be teleported back to exactly the same place you were before, and everything will resume as if nothing happened. How would you spend these 10 years of absolute solitude? $100 million, but you get dropped in a random part of the ocean for 30 seconds every day for 5 years. The money will go straight to your bank account once you accept it, and it won't raise any suspicions. Every day, at whatever time you choose, you will teleport to any random part of the ocean for 30 seconds. Once you decide on what time of day, you cannot change it, and you will always teleport to the ocean at that time every day. In this 30 seconds, you just have to survive. It could be a shark-infested waters. It could also be near the shores of a beautiful island, but no matter where in the world you are teleported to, it will always be the surface of the ocean, so there won't be any depth-related concerns. You will be wearing nothing except for underwear. If you're in freezing water, you'd be wearing thermal swimwear, which would still be rough. You will automatically be returned to your original state after the 30 seconds is up, but if you die during the 30 seconds, you're dead. You will be allowed 50 free skips in case of emergency. Once you have accepted the deal, it starts tomorrow and you cannot back out of it. So would you take it? 100 million USD to survive 3 months, 100,000 years ago. You are teleported to somewhere random in Eurasia 100,000 years ago. Your goal is to survive 3 months, and then you are teleported back once the time is up and the money is yours. Rules. 1. You can bring 3 items of your choice for free. You can add more items for minus $10 million in winnings per item. Items cannot be ridiculous, like you can't bring an entire house. 2. Whatever injuries occur will transfer over to the real world when you are back, and if you die for good. 3. When you are teleported, you will have the clothes to match the weather of the area, and for the first 48 hours, there will be no predators in a 1-mile radius. If you take the deal, what items do you bring, and how do you survive? You get $1 for every calorie you consume in a 100-day span. What's your plan? You can start the 100-day timer whenever you choose. After the timer starts, there is no stopping it. Every calorie you consume is magically counted for the next 100 days. Rule 1. If you throw up, every calorie you consumed in the prior 24 hours is subtracted from the total. Rule 2. Only editable calories count, no eating uranium or something silly like that. After the 100 days, the count is stopped, and you must wait 24 hours while Rule 1 still applies. After that, the total calories you consumed in the 100-day span is converted into US dollars and deposited into your bank account, tax-free. You do not have any sort of health immunity. What's your game plan? You're offered $10 million to spend at least 31 days in a timeless house. How do you win? You are offered to participate in a peculiar experiment. You will be placed in a house under these conditions. The house has no windows, no clocks or timekeeping devices are allowed. No communication with the outside world is possible. No access to any external time references. All necessities, food, water, etc., are provided. The rules: 1. If you exit the house before 31 days have passed, you win nothing. 2. If you exit the house after 31 days have passed, you win $10 million. What do you do to ensure you've stayed long enough to claim the prize? 50 million USD or a horse? You are presented with 2 options. Option 1, 50 million USD will be converted into your local currency and deposited into your bank account. No strings attached. This money is tax-free and it won't raise any suspicions or get questioned. Option 2, you are given a horse. Outwardly, this horse's appearance is exactly the same as a regular adult Spanish Mustang. However, this horse is immortal, invulnerable, and does not require food or water. It possesses unlimited stamina and can reach speeds up to 80 kilometers per hour, and has insane fast reaction time, alongside having super strength, not godlike, but still supernatural. While riding this horse, you are also invulnerable to all harm. This effect also extends to if you're simply coming in contact with the horse. It is loyal to a fault and obeys your every command. The horse is sentient and sapient, having the equivalent intelligence of an adult human, although it is not capable of speech. You are able to summon and unsummon this horse anywhere at any time. And yes, you can name the horse. So what would you pick? And make sure to follow for more.